Lively claiming that Reynolds and her megastar friend, Taylor Swift, applauded her pages. On Monday, January 27, the Daily Mail obtained undated alleged communication between Lively and Baldoni, including a 7-minute voice note from Baldoni that began with an apology. The messages found in Baldoni's complaint reference Lively's changes to the movie's infamous rooftop scene and allegedly include Lively claiming that Reynolds and her megastar friend, Taylor Swift, applauded her pages. For the complaint, Lively allegedly added, "They also know I am not always good at making sure I am seen and utilized for fear of threatening egos or fear of affecting the ease of the process. They don't give a s about that. And because of that, everyone listens to them with immense respect and enthusiasm. So I guess I have to stop worrying about people liking me." In newly leaked audio, Baldoni allegedly responded with an audio message, where he can be heard apologizing. "I am really sorry. I for sure fell short and you worked really hard on that," Baldoni says in the audio. "And the way you framed it and how that made you feel, I just want to say thank you for sharing that with me. That takes a lot of trust and vulnerability. I feel really grateful that you feel safe enough to tell me that's how you feel and share that with me. I am really sorry. I f it up." The Jane the Virgin alum went on to call himself a very flawed man, as my wife will attest, adding, "I am gonna f it up. I am gonna say the wrong thing. I am gonna put my foot in my mouth. I am gonna piss you off probably. But I will always apologize and find my way back to center." After vowing to do better, Baldoni saluted Lively and those in her corner. "Damn right you've got great friends. We should all have friends like that. Aside from the fact that they're the two most creative people on the planet. The three of you guys together is unbelievable. Talk about energy. Just a force, all three of you." He again praised Lively's rework of the scene as really good and said it would make the movie sing. He concluded, "I am excited to go through the whole movie with you. I am just excited to spend time with you." Representatives for Lively did not immediately respond to EW's request for comment. Later that same day, a New York federal judge told both sides to prepare for a March 9, 2026 trial, per the Associated Press. An initial conference between the two is set to take place within a week. On Saturday, Baldoni offered the public a closer look at his feud with Lively by launching the website, Lawsuit Info, containing the full text of the newly amended complaint he filed in court the day before. The website and complaint both feature a timeline of relevant events, in which Baldoni provides his own summary of the conflict between the two actors. By laying out Baldoni's involvement with the film and interactions with Lively, beginning in January 2019. The document includes several alleged screenshots of text messages and emails exchanged between Baldoni, Lively and occasionally, Reynolds, claiming that the actors had a cordial relationship at one point. The timeline, submitted to the court as an exhibit to the amended complaint, later details a contentious relationship, citing a conversation between Reynolds and Baldoni's personal WME agent, in which Reynolds allegedly called Baldoni a deranged predator and encouraged him not to attend the It Ends With Us premiere, allegedly stating, "No one wants him there." The 224-page amended complaint contains allegations about Reynolds' portrayal of the character Nicepool in his 2024 film Deadpool Wolverine, Baldoni accuses Reynolds of using the character to mock and bully him. Reynolds portrayed Nicepool as a vicious caricature of a woke feminist before concluding the character's arc with his violent shooting death at the hands of Ladypool, a character voiced by Blake Lively, the document alleges. The suit goes on to claim that Nicepool was intended to be a transparent and mocking portrayal of Reynolds' warped perception of Baldoni. Among the new allegations, Baldoni's team names the New York Times as a defendant and alleges that metadata on the New York Times website shows that the paper had access to Lively's civil rights complaint at least 11 days before its bombshell December 21 report was published. A Times spokesperson denied this claim in a statement to Us Weekly, writing that the filing is rife with inaccuracies. The statement continued, Mr. Baldoni's lawyers base their erroneous claim on postings by amateur internet sleuths, who, not surprisingly, are wrong. The sleuths have noted that a version of the Lively state complaint published by the Times carries the date, December 10. Even though the complaint wasn't filed until more than a week later. The problem. That date is generated by Google software and is unrelated to the date when the Times received it and posted it. A pretrial hearing in the case gave a federal judge the opportunity to warn both legal teams about their conduct. Judge Louis J. Lehman reminded Baldoni and Lively's respective attorneys that he has the power to move up the trial date. Currently set for March 9, 2026, if the case continues to be litigated in the press, according to ABC News. The Associated Press also reported that Lehman ordered both sides to obey the state of New York's court rules and avoid making public comments that could have a substantial likelihood of tainting a jury. You've got a lot in front of the court that gives, I think, the public plenty to feast upon, Lehman said. Neither Baldoni nor Lively was present at the hearing, but their lawyers continued to trade barbs. Lively's lawyer Michael Gottlieb accused Baldoni's team of making inflammatory comments that were publicly devastating to the actress. Brian Friedman, Baldoni's lawyer, acknowledged the childishness of his "they started it" rebuttal while still reiterating that was the case. After the hearing, both sides said they were happy with the results. The court granted our request that all attorneys in the matter actually follow the rule of law and not make any statements that could prejudice a jury, Lively's team said in a statement obtained by CNN. This case deals with serious allegations of sexual harassment and retaliation. We will hold the defendants accountable. And we are confident that once all the evidence is submitted in this matter, Ms. Lively will prevail. Meanwhile, Friedman said outside the courtroom, our clients are devastated and want to move the case along as quickly as possible. According to the New York Post, we just couldn't be more pleased with how the case was handled today, how it was managed. We're going to move as quickly as we possibly can and prove our innocence. In a world where sometimes people judge you before they give you a chance. And we're going to change that. PR consultant Jed Wallace and his firm, Street Relations, filed a separate lawsuit against Lively in Texas on February 4, accusing her of defamation. Wallace, who was named in Lively's complaint filed with the California Civil Rights Department against Baldoni and his team, is seeking at least $7 million in damages, claiming that his mention in Lively's CRD complaint and the document's publication in media outlets have caused great harm to his reputation. Reached for comment, Lively's legal team said in a statement to EU, another day, another state, another 9-figure lawsuit seeking to sue Ms. Lively. into oblivion for speaking out against sexual harassment and retaliation. This is not just a publicity stunt, it is transparent retaliation in response to allegations contained within a sexual harassment and retaliation complaint that Ms. Lively filed with the California Civil Rights Department. While this lawsuit will be dismissed, we are pleased that Mr. Wallace has finally emerged from the shadows, and that he too will be held accountable in federal court. The actress' CRD complaint alleged that Wallace planted anti-Lively sentiment on websites like Reddit, which the Wayfarer team then would feed to unwitting reporters, making content go viral in order to influence public opinion and thereby cause an organic pile-on. Wallace and Street Relations were named as defendants in Lively's CRD complaint, which was a precursor to the lawsuit she filed in federal court December 31st. Wallace and Street were not listed as defendants in Lively's federal complaint, though Wallace's name does appear several times in the text of the document.